Welcome back, my friends, to TFT Hyperroll with Autarch, and this is a fun one that's been kind of requested, but not necessarily in the way I get to it, because I'm going to get to it through a fairly typical build, so I'm going to speed you through a lot of the video to get to the really fun part. Everyone just decides on component anvils, so component anvils it shall be. First augment is going to be an easy choice. When you see return on investment this early, you look through the other ones just in case something leaps out, but go ahead and grab return on investment. Found a rapid fire Jinx and a couple of Guardians, and you know what that means. Yeah, it's time to go rapid fire Guardians, and I especially like this with the early return on investment because you're going to be getting those cheap rerolls, so you're going to get your Tactician's Crown much sooner. And by 4-1, yep, gold, 3-star Jinx, and our 3 Guardians in front. And yeah, you know pretty much where this game is going, but stick through to the end or skip to the end if you want, and you can see what happens that makes me want to make this into a video that's different from all the other rapid fire Guardian videos I've done. It's time for an item choice, and just for completeness, I will say this again. Grab the sparring glove because you can make an infinity edge on Jinx. And I've heard it, she doesn't have a specific ability that crits. Doesn't matter. She can now crit on any of her attacks in whatever mode she's in. You can see these are all crits hitting Annie and we win. Time for the second set of augments. Overwhelming Force wouldn't be bad, but I think we can do better. Roll through, Cursed Crown, Buried Treasure, Prismatic Ticket, that's the ticket. And one place where this comp is weak right now, the front line. We only have 1-star champions, and I hadn't even been able to get a 4th Guardian. But even when I can get Nico and bring her in, we've only got the 2-star Pantheon. A Mumu is currently missing, and he is one of the keys in making this comp work. I'm not too worried, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to find him at some point, and then everything will solidify. It is time for an item choice, and since we already have a Giant's Belt, we can go ahead and grab a Chain Vest. That way, when we get a Mumu, he'll have a Sunfire Cape waiting for him. And while normally this is a fast start build, if you don't get strong Guardians, it becomes much more difficult. I had to go to the 4 rapid fire way before I want to. And just like that, we are up to our 3rd set of augments. Nothing exciting, so we re-roll, and stationary support is my favorite out of that group. We've gotten our Tactician's Crown already because we had Prismatic Tickets, so we got lots and lots of rolls. We can put the Death Blade onto Jinx and just make her really strong, and now continue to look for more of Mumus. Notice, we're still using him as the main tank, even though he's the only 1-star left in the line. But with Prismatic Ticket, I'm not particularly worried, so I'm going to make a Mumu into the main tank of this game and just continue on my way. We are down to our final item component, and we'll grab the Chain Vest so we can make the Bramble Vest on our little 1-star Mumu, who's still the center. The training dummy with the Void Spawn is certainly not hurting much either. That is helping keep the front line strong. This will obviously get better once we can get to a 2-star Mumu, but as you can see, it's holding up pretty well. With lack of anything else to do, I went with Static Shiv and Giant Slayer on our 4th rapid fire. Item-wise, I'm pretty happy with the front line right now, so we're going to go ahead and finish out the back line with the last Whisper on Aphelios. That way we're shredding some armor. We're also picking up Poppies because we'll add that into the front line just so we can trigger Emo. We have finally 2-starred Mumu, so we have our perfect tank in place, and we can start tearing through these other teams. And we have an item choice, and I'm pretty happy with the front line now, so we can add a little bit more speed to the back line with the Rage Blade, as we work towards getting Caitlyn and Lucian up to 2 stars so they can take over for Aphelios and Senna. And we run into a true damage team that also has the crash test dummies, so that is going to hold up our front line just long enough for them to get through and take us down to 1 life left, but at least it brought us into the top 4 with an item choice to make. We don't really need much right now, so we can go ahead and grab Thieves' Gloves and put them on one of our frontliners. Since we 2-starred our Lucian, we can bring him in and add the Aphelios items onto Lucian. We 2-starred our Lucian and gave him all of the Aphelios items, and that's going to make things a little bit better for us because Lucian is a pretty strong champion, and you can see that he's able to tear through this team's front line, get us into the back line, and secure a victory. It is time for the final item choices of the game. We can start with the Death Blade going onto Caitlyn, because why not give her more power? And then the Infinity Edge also onto Caitlyn. So our backline is completely itemized, but we've got another story brewing here. Notice we have two 2-star poppies on the board and now another poppy on the bench. We've positioned our two 2-star poppies in front along with the Void Spawn to hold everything up before it even gets to our Guardian. So you can see Yorick and Amumu just hang out for a little bit before even getting involved. Since our backline is fully itemized, this gives them plenty of time to tear through the opposing team, and as you can see, Yorick and Amumu are left up until the very end, which allows the rest of our team to finish off their Akali and knock that player out. But then, things get really fun, as we find the gold 3-star Poppy that will now be part of the front line. Because we have a magnetic remover, we can take the items off of Amumu. He doesn't need them anymore. Give them to Poppy and create the ultimate tank. And the 3-star Poppy is not just a tank in the defensive sense. She can blow things up, and you can see her just taking all of the shots from the back line and clearing out their front line and leading the damage charts. And the other player tried their best to get to a 3-star Kiana to try to go up against the 3-star Poppy, and it just didn't have the luck for them. And so this one, GG for everyone. But generally, Rapid Fire Guardians, it still works great. If you can get a 3-star Poppy, you seal a victory for sure. Hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, have an absolutely awesome day.